All right, ladies and gentlemen, introducing you to this fight. This one is brought to you with thanks to Franz Hydroponics. We do it in the featherweight division. We are scheduled for 3 by 5 minute rounds. Introducing to you first, across in the blue corner, tip the scale, 66.25 kilos. From Dunedin, New Zealand, trained out of the Hammerhead MMA gym. Make some noise, this is Shem Murdoch! His opponent standing across in the red corner. Weighed in officially 65.70 kilos. From Brisbane, he's trained out of the base training centre. This is Caleb Miller! Referees, Mr. Phil Cassidy.
This fight brought to you by Franz Hydroponics. See the team at Franz Hydroponics to set up your garden for success. Their friendly experts will guide you every step of the way. Head to franzhydroponics.com.au for more information. Our first fight in the pro ranks here tonight. Caleb Miller being busy almost immediately. Going to work, throwing kicks, almost inviting Shem Miller to strike. And Shem Miller playing coy so far. Brilliant use of feints from Caleb. Shem Miller almost taking it all in, but he's yet to throw anything, so it seems. Miller just not getting too overzealous. Looks like he jumped into an armbar, throws it up into a triangle. Shem Miller smart enough to try and get 2 arms back in. Going to work is Shem Miller, putting the head of Caleb Miller up against the cage, but almost helping him wall walk.
Yeah, nice work by Shem to find his way out of that triangle, though.
Shem Miller using that body lock, the mat return, sends Caleb back down. And he rises yet again. Most of the activity, whether defensively or offensively, has happened from Miller. Oh, and Shem just showing fantastic wrestling. Uses the body lock to get right down and straight into a side control position. And into mount.
Yeah, look for the elbows from Shem as well now that we're in the pro ranks. The mount is a very dangerous position.
Look how busy Caleb is from the bottom, looking to get a half guard. Or at least his butt over to the cage so he can start to scoot. He does exactly that. Shem Miller doesn't get the hooks in, and he falls off. Caleb Miller just all activity.
Yeah, nice work getting back up by Caleb, but he's still trapped in that body lock, and like we've seen before, standing up, Shem Murdoch has Miller's arm against the cage pinned. So it's hard for him to defend his head, and Shem can kind of just go to town with that left hand.
Battling for position. Shem being a little passive from this. Keeping in mind that we're only halfway through the first round. Now we're in our pro ranks. Kimura grip. Caleb sends him over with it, almost giving up his back in the process, but he makes a pretty good scramble.
Yeah, that was a beautiful reversal. He just couldn't quite consolidate position, and Shem's back on that body lock.
Miller breathing a little bit heavy, but you've got to imagine that Shem Miller's doing exactly the same. Brilliant showing from both fighters so far. It's a battle of wills as much as a battle of IQs.
Yeah, absolutely. Shem's using, I like those knees in the glute. The knee in the butt, it hurts. It shuts down the leg. If you can't make the takedown happen, just knee the hamstring in the butt.
Especially when you consider the muscle groups needed to stand up. And an elbow over the top from Caleb. Double underhooks. See if he can use them. Right in front of us are they? Jostling for position. Shem Murdoch moves into a whizzer at the behest of his corner. It's almost tip-to-tap with position against the cage. Shem Miller got the underhook but doesn't have the head control, and right as I say that, sometimes you almost want to whisper when they're right in front of us because I don't want to accidentally help one of them. Not that I know what I'm talking about. Oh, and again, it's just body lock for body lock, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like Caleb was trying to set up that Kimura again. Caleb seems to be hunting those elbows, and Shem seems a little more intent on just maintaining control.
And the activity, Shem Murdoch lifts him up, sends him back down. Miller just not dissuaded at all. Back up onto his feet. The first round of a possible 3, and you consider how much these guys have just gone to work. Oh, I love it, the frame and the knee that follows. It used to be called dirty boxing, but now it's just dirty striking when you're using all 8 limbs. The elbows, the knees, the punches, and the kicks. Right until the bell. Caleb Miller puts a little exclamation point on that round. That was very, very back and forth. As we cut to our Next Gen Promotions replay, big takedown. Caleb Miller almost looking for what looked to be the flying triangle. And Shem Miller staying composed, going to work. And a huge takedown from Shem Murdoch is only reversed by Miller, who just goes to work, grabs the head and works with the elbows. That's what you want to see at the end of a round that could have gone either way. Caleb Miller going to work. Round 2 of a possible 3. Miller electing to be in the southpaw stance, throws that high kick and uses it to disguise the stance switch. What adjustments would you like to see, Jaden, from either fighter as we move into the second round?
I think Caleb had some great success with those little slip elbows at the end. I think look for him to probably try and back Shem up to the fence again and start using those again, because he had a few great moments at the end there. One of them clearly rocked Shem for a moment.
Yeah, I agree. Shem Murdoch looking to put all his stock into strikes. It might even be helpful for Caleb to put some feints out there to get him whiffing at air and able to counter the counter assault work. This is brilliant. All these kitty-patter looking strikes from Caleb Miller, they're just going to disguise the bigger shots that he eventually will definitely put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very much like he did at the end of the first, to your point.
For sure. It looks like Caleb's trying to get Shem up to the fence, and just like that, that's when he starts to drop the heavy weapons.
Miller just kind of looks like he's in a bit of a sparring match. It's almost you go, I go, but it's more so Caleb Miller going than Shem Murdoch.
Yeah, interesting that Caleb chose to let Shem off the fence there. He was having a lot of success. I'm not sure if that was intentional or just an accident.
Given the flying submission in the first round, I think Caleb Miller might be looking to make a statement in this fight at the expense of Shem Murdoch. I just flat out think that Shem Murdoch needs to go. He just needs to go first, or he needs to go second, or he needs to go third. He just needs to do something because he can't get out of first gear, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's just waiting for Caleb to go first, which...
That's right. A little bit of activity, so it goes a long way. It's at least making Caleb Miller think about it. And if he wants to counter with that big right hand, he's got to give Caleb Miller some sort of incentive to walk forwards into it. And we're seeing more activity from Shem Murdoch, who's listening to his corner now. He's led with that lead hook a few times. It's ill-advised usually to lead with that lead hook because a big right hand is its kryptonite. Oh, and big shots from Shem now. You can hear Damian Brown saying no clinch, just elbows.
Yeah, that makes sense. It seems like Caleb's been wanting to play that game the whole fight. When he gets Shem up to the fence, he has no interest in grappling. He just wants to post on something and elbow Shem in the throat.
I totally agree. On the feet, we're striking. In the clinch, we're striking. On the ground, we're striking. Anything else just isn't fun for the boys involved or us watching. Oh, beautiful knee, well timed, and over the top of the elbow is Caleb Miller. 2 in a row. Shem Murdoch was just at the mercy of 2 of those. The footwork has definitely slowed down from both fighters.
Yeah, absolutely. Shem's been throwing some heavy leg kicks, but Caleb's done a great job checking them. Inside and outside. I imagine Shem's shins are a little tender right now.
And there's that right hand counter to the hook. Shem Murdoch talking to the corner. And not his corner, by the way. Caleb Miller again trying to make a statement. The right hand. He's almost timing that hook from Shem Murdoch.
Yeah, Shem's thrown that a bunch of times now, as you pointed out. He's just leading with that left hook. We'll see if it pays off for him. It's a bit risky.
Yeah, he's kind of doing it whether it's there or not.
Yeah.
Almost using it like a jab. A much more measured round out of both these guys. It's been pretty much all striking, whereas the first round traded body locks. Oh, and the right hand over the top from Caleb Miller yet again. Those elbows are just money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wraps up the leg of Shem Murdoch, who bases down, puts his weight down, tries to move into a tight clinch, which in my opinion, it's a mistake against the cage.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, best case scenario, your arms get crushed. You might buy yourself a little bit of time. Oh, and swinging to the bell of Shem Murdoch, trying to get some of that round back. But it looked to be a fairly good round for Caleb Miller. A little bit more activity from Miller, a little bit more effectiveness, and a little bit more aggression can go a long way as we move to our next-gen construction replay. The right hand, he's almost there too often for the counters of Shem Murdoch. Shem Murdoch choosing not to throw them. Both boys going right there at the end. Another huge knee from Caleb Miller. The grappling in that round was almost just for show. I like what Caleb Miller's doing. He's mixing it up a little bit more. He's kicking the legs, he's changing his stance. He's putting his jab out there, and Shem Murdoch kind of just throwing upstairs. It's almost right hand, left hook, or left hook on its own.
Yeah.
Third round with both boys putting in a lot of work. Obviously, the gas tanks have held up. There's a right hand yet again from Caleb Miller. But this could be a round of attrition as Caleb Miller's putting it on Shem Murdoch almost immediately. Nice straight punches. Oh, and he's beating Shem Murdoch to the punch. See, Shem Murdoch just almost putting his back up against the cage like it's the ropes in a boxing ring, but most definitely it is not.
Yeah, absolutely. I imagine Caleb's corner would have told him to throw a little bit straighter against how Shem's trying to strike him, and just try and get him up against the fence, because Caleb's having so much success when Shem's back is up against the fence.
Shem Murdoch choosing to creep forwards in at Caleb Miller, but he hasn't even thrown a strike in some time. It's been all Caleb Miller. I like that he's chopping to the legs, but we need to be setting something up. Caleb Miller just cutting off the cage. Just laterally giving Shem Murdoch strikes to think about while he does it. Kick getting through for Shem Murdoch. I just think that it needs to be more often. It's the frequency of the strikes of Shem Murdoch.
Yeah, absolutely. He seems to only really feel comfortable going second. after Caleb stops striking, and yeah, Caleb just moves out of range.
It's a very hard way to fight. If you don't have the head movement or the timing to go with it, it's a very difficult way to fight.
Absolutely.
That was a beautiful 1-2 shot. Caleb Miller, after he's throwing, he's finding himself right in the center line a little bit far too often. But his offense is more than making up for it. I like how he throws that almost thumb down, turns it over the lead hand of Shem Murdoch. Oh, and a two-piece from Shem Murdoch. Caleb Miller tries to get those points back, and he does just that with yet another right hand. I wouldn't mind seeing Caleb Miller just jabbing his way in and hitting a flurry. Doesn't matter what it is, but just really putting it onto Shem Murdoch and seeing what comes of it.
Yeah, for sure. I think I can hear his coach, Damian Brown, telling him that's what he wants. He's saying, just
100%.
go.
100%. He's almost giving Shem Murdoch too much of a chance in the fight. And as we're seeing it now, when he's pressuring Shem Murdoch, he starts to wilt. I would be pushing forward. And that's exactly to your point what Damian Brown is calling for. And he cracks him. Yeah, exactly. Caleb Miller needs to back himself. He needs to turn it on, open up the taps, and let Shem Murdoch have it. Of course, it's very easy to say sitting cage side. These boys are in the third round of a war. If he changes gears, Caleb Miller could find it being a shorter night. It's very difficult to tell when you need to turn it on.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he cracks Shem Murdoch with that left hand. Looks to be a lead uppercut. Shem Murdoch still choosing to walk forwards.
90 seconds, let's go!
Considering the experience differential between the two, Caleb Miller holding his own, looking fantastic. Gets out of the way of that one. Look good doing it. Oh, trading right hands. Look like Shem Murdoch got the most of it. I like how he's still choosing to attack the legs. Right hand up top. Oh, I love that leg kick counter. That's a beautiful counter. If your arms are dead from throwing punches, just work with your legs. You can see Miller really trying to time that right hand now.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're Shem Murdoch, you've got to imagine, you've got to make some magic happen as he calls Caleb Miller on. I mean, he's been on top of you for a lot of this round. I'm not sure you want that. Oh, Caleb Miller's stock is rising with the crowd. A right hand again over the top. As he's walking forward. Caleb Miller calling it right back. Let's go then. Just from the depths of his soul, he's found more energy. He's eating punches and he's calling for more. Shem Murdoch taking steps back, trying to throw. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Fantastic fight. A brilliant matchup. A bloke who never says die in Shem Murdoch. And another one that said, bring it on with Caleb Miller. It's far too early for me to be blowing my voice out, but here we are. The first fight on our pro card. We kick it to our Next Gen Constructions replay. Shem Murdoch almost spamming the hook cross. Caleb Miller picking up on it. Hits him with a hook cross of his own over the top. Chooses to go upstairs with the kick. That third round really was the Caleb Miller show.
Yeah, absolutely. A little Max Holloway-esque last 10 seconds there. Both boys just deciding to plant their feet and send it for the crowd. Good on them.
Send it they did, mate. What a fantastic fight. It wouldn't be a Beatdown Promotions card if we didn't have blood on the commentators' table. And we have exactly that. We have Caleb Miller and Shem Murdoch to thank. Not sure whose it is. And we hand it over to our MC, James O'Shea. for
All
the
right,
official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause. They have earned your applause tonight. What a war that one was. And a big thank you to Franz Hydroponics. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards, and they score this contest 29-28, 29-28, and 29-28, all to your winner from the red